RecPeople offers opportunities for young graduates to get into the industry through temporary employment, but also we do permanent recruitment as well.
I'm a Recreation Officer at the City of Boroondara and I've been there for about 1.5 years now.
So I'm a Sport and Recreation Policy Officer at Port Phillip Council and I started there a couple of months ago.
So I'm currently the Sports Club Liaison Officer at City of Port Phillip and I've been there for 9 months.
Cool, so I'm a Project Support Officer at the Yarra Ranges Council and I've now been there for about 8 months now.
So I currently work with the City of Darebin. I'm in a participation and inclusion role. I've been there for 3 months.
I'm Sarah Merkus. I'm Team Leader of Leisure Facility Management and I've been at the City of Casey for just over 2 years now.
If you've had no experience in an industry, you might have come from a sports background, I've had some experience in the sports industry, but if you've never worked in local government before, how do you translate that application into being the one that actually gets that job?
So I got into Rec Relief when I was looking for an opportunity in council. I went for a few roles, was unsuccessful, usually due to a lack of experience. I knew someone in local government who'd used the Rec Relief service before and they suggested it could be a good way of getting some experience.
So in uni I did a placement at Moreland Council and through that I kept in contact with the people that I worked with there. My manager recommended me to meet with Mandy after I'd finished uni and was struggling to break into the industry and said that she'd be able to really help sort of open some doors and introduce me to people and sort of see what's out there, and then met with Mandy and was able to get some employment with Rec Relief at the time.
So I was looking to move more into community sport and was sort of just looking online about what opportunities there were and speaking to different people that I knew in local government, and quite a few of them suggested that I look at RecPeople. So I went on the website and had a bit more of a look into it and thought it was something that might suit what I wanted to do.
After coming out of uni, I worked at an aquatic centre for about 5 years. But after those 5 years I wasn't being challenged anymore, so I decided, after seeing a lot of jobs on sportspeople.com in local government, I thought that might be a chance to try it out. I was lucky enough that my dad worked at the City of Boroondara and I asked if I could speak to a sport person at the council. Had a coffee with him and then he gave me Mandy's number and we had a chat and then went from there.
I was working with a community football league but was looking at what else was out there. Had an email flicked across to me and thought it was a great opportunity just to get onto the website. I uploaded my resume and went from there. Wasn't quite sure what to expect but was ready to just put it out there.
My job with RecPeople was started off as a liaison officer at City of Port Phillip and then I moved into a participation role. So usual story was getting interviews but didn't have the experience, so just kept on getting that knockback of I'm sorry you don't have that much experience, and they said, I rang obviously to get some feedback and they said you don't have enough experience but I think you should call Mandy from RecPeople. She might be able to assist you in some way.
First role was at the City of Casey for 2 months. Went up to Hamilton in Southern Grampian Shire Council for a month, City of Boroondara for about 6 weeks, and then Nillumbik for a couple of weeks, so all up about 6 months of work, and yeah, got some great experience.
And I was freaking out thinking, how am I going to cold call this random person who I've never met? And my partner said, the least she can say is F off. And so I called her up and I said, I've got nothing to lose, I'm really keen, I really want to get into local government. Someone's told me I need to spend 5 years at a state sporting association. I don't want to spend 5 years, how can I get into local government? And she said, look, I don't have anything at the moment but I'll keep you in mind. And I thought to myself, that's a no. And then 6 weeks later she gave me a call and said, come work with me, I've got a job for you, and never looked back from there. So
we've heard from a lot of the staff, existing staff, and past staff of rec people about their experiences of getting into the industry. And I guess we've identified that there's a lot of challenges that young people have when they graduate from university now and then getting the opportunity to work in local government and community recreation roles when they don't necessarily have that experience. And I guess I feel like we provide an opportunity for people to do that.